Hello, Emre. Welcome to our technical conference. I'm sure that your content will be very useful for our audience. So show us the roadmap to the next level of enterprise networks. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Giga. Welcome, everyone. So my name is Emre Kurtman. I'm the Principal Systems Engineer here at Extreme Networks. And today's topic is going to be the road to infinite enterprise. So let's kick it off. So we all know that we are going through a difficult phase, but this is also shifting the way enterprises work. So we all know what an enterprise is, but when we talk about an infinite enterprise, we are talking about infinitely distributed connectivity, because as you are all aware that now the work from home is kind of exploding. People are working from almost anywhere, and that kind of extends the enterprise, or the definition of enterprise as we know of. So here, of course, the importance of cloud is crucial because cloud can infinitely scale. And when we talk about distributed connectivity, where we have tens of hundreds of thousands of different locations acting or connecting to the headquarters, acting as a single enterprise, the experience also should be as effortless as it used to be when there's like a single campus with a bunch of branch locations. So the effortless experience from an automation point of view, from a provisioning point of view, is really crucial when we talk about infinite enterprise. So let's talk about the building blocks of infinite enterprise. There are three technology factors that will be important in the next 5 years. And these are, of course, one of them is the cloud that provides the scalability, the simplicity, and the flexibility. And here, most of the organizations, the smartest organizations, are using a mix of private and public clouds to exploit the best of the breed capabilities and best of the breed solutions and achieve maximum return of investment. And here at Extreme, we are providing this flexibility so that you can go with a public cloud or a private cloud or a hybrid cloud to get the most out of your solutions and the network. So that's why Extreme Networks has invested heavily in our ExtremeCloud IQ solution, which works on any public cloud as well as private and on-prem. So, and the data, of course, now we call it data is the new king, or data is the new currency. Basically, the network is an untapped resource when it comes to data, okay? And here, our cloud management platform, ExtremeCloud IQ, is actually providing the industry's only unlimited data source for business and technical users. So we are talking about unlimited data retention times. So this means you can expect better insights. So data can be leveraged in real time, and usage trends can be also evaluated year over year. So imagine that you are running a retail chain and you would like to see the statistics or the insights so that you can have better strategic decisions for the future planning. And you can see the year-over-year statistics, year-over-year data, thanks to the unlimited data retention or data duration times. And the last piece of the building block of infinite enterprise is the mobility. So when we talk about mobility, of course, it's about any type of user, any type of device, from any location connecting to the network and by any means of communication. So there are multiple different unknowns in the equation. That's why we have to provide it seamlessly and in a secure way, so that we are acting as a single enterprise. So I'm going to dig a little deeper into each of these building blocks, and let's start with the mobility piece. So, of course, when we talk about an infinitely distributed connectivity, there are multiple means of communication. So it would utilize many different technologies, many different connecting technologies, such as wired, wireless, 5G, or any other means of communication, okay? But the key part is, one of the key parts is actually the risk of increase in operational cost. So when you have multiple locations and they are increasing and they're exploding in the number of different sites and work from home environments connecting to your enterprise network, then the risk is, of course, as a network operator, being able to manage all these components are becoming more and more difficult, right? So the enterprise fabric technology, what we call in Extreme Fabric Connect technology, is helping to unify the control planes for all the remote sites and all the branch locations so that they are acting as a single enterprise fabric. And this is really important. Another part, of course, so we will talk much more with the cloud, but I would like to focus this time from to the universal infrastructure point of view, because as you are extending your network, so remote sites to branch locations, etc., you have to make a decision, right? So for all in today's, like if you look at all the vendor-scape in the networking, you have a choice to make upfront. Either you have to go to the cloud or you have to stay on-prem. And you have to make this decision upfront to decide on which type of hardware to purchase. And this is really huge. This is really a huge limitation, because you can decide to continue with on-prem, and after a couple of years, you would like to switch over to cloud, and you have to rip and replace all the gear. So there's a huge risk of all that hardware that you acquired, you have purchased, to go obsolete in a couple of years. And you are really in a big risk of making a wrong choice. And here, basically what we are providing, and we already introduced the universal platform in both switching and wireless, so in both wired and wireless networking, is that we are combining the cloud management with next generation and multi-use case. So this is the crucial part, the multi-use case platforms. So you don't really need to decide which type of deployment you will use before purchasing the hardware. So underlying hardware is completely irrelevant. You can decide, or you can switch, or you can change the use cases. You can stay with on-prem and then change to cloud, and vice versa after you acquire the hardware, because the hardware supports both use cases and personalities. Okay, and also there are a couple of important parts with this universal platforms, that the licensing is made much more easier than before. So the licensing is poolable. The licenses are poolable. We are talking about both the management licenses and the software licenses on the hardware. They are poolable and portable. So imagine that you have a bunch of APs and bunch of switches, okay? And you have a management platform. It can be on-prem or cloud. It's up to you. And you have several licenses, and they're all same license, okay? So they're just a single license. So one day, maybe this AP is completely irrelevant. So you would like to port the license of that AP to a switch, and you can do that. So the switch license and the AP license, they are basically the same, okay? They are portable and they are pooled. So this is a unique thing with the licensing that we did in the last couple of months that with this universal platform introduction. So what we are saying is that your switch, it's your decision, it's your way. You can either go with a traditional approach where if you would like to do stacking, or you can go with the modern approach if you would like to adopt to the fabric networking. And this is available with a single hardware. And this is also true with the wireless part. It's your access point. It's your decision, it's your way. So there are multiple different deployment models. It can be a campus deployment on-prem. It can be a distributed deployment, again on-prem, or you can switch to a cloud management, a pure cloud management deployment with ExtremeCloud IQ managing your wireless infrastructure. again, it's to provide this consistent quality of experience is really one of the key things that we are trying to accomplish here. So let's continue with the building blocks of infinite enterprise. So the next piece is the cloud. Of course, I already discussed a bit, but now I would like to discuss some more details about our cloud-based management platform, what we call ExtremeCloud IQ. As you can see in this slide, there are multiple things, right? So we have multi-cloud, multi-domain, multi-duration, and multi-deployment. I'm going to explain what all these mean in a while. So let's start with the multi-cloud. We are the only unique vendor in the cloud network, cloud managed networking provider to offer our customers, our subscribers, a choice between AWS, Amazon AWS, Google Cloud, or Microsoft Azure, okay, or their own private data center. So we have the flexibility to deploy our fourth generation cloud networking solution to any of these cloud service providers, including their customers' own private data center. So this is what multi-cloud means. So multi-domain is basically, we are not just managing a set of solutions or a specific solution like just a wireless. So the cloud is not just about a wireless controller, okay? So it's both wired, wireless, and third-party devices, okay? So with the help of our on-prem site engine, we can also gather statistics and information from any third-party device and send it to our public cloud solution. And this is also unique in the industry. That way we can actually enrich our data in the cloud. And we're going to talk about, which is a third building block in our infinite enterprise architecture, is the data. So we are enriching our data so that we can have better machine learning and AI capabilities now and in the future. And multi-duration is also a huge thing. So we are giving our customers the choice to choose between a 90-day data retention time or an unlimited data retention time, so data history time. So, and without any additional cost. So basically, if you go with an unlimited data duration, it's also included in the same license. And this, as I mentioned, this is giving our customers the possibility to check or to get the insights, year-over-year insights, to better decide on strategic and business-related decisions. And lastly, we are talking about multi-deployment again. So when we say cloud, people just generally think that, okay, it's just public cloud, and there are no other options that if I don't want to deploy my solution in a public cloud. But the answer is no. There are multiple deployment models, including a private cloud or a what we call edge or cloud edge, ExtremeCloud Edge. This is a fully containerized service, an appliance that we actually can put multiple different solutions and converge them into a single appliance. And we are starting with ExtremeCloud IQ, containerizing it and putting in this appliance, so that if our customers would like to have an on-prem solution, just like the same experience with a public cloud, but the data and everything residing on their own data center, with ExtremeCloud Edge, this is possible. Okay, so the same regional data center, it will be just like their own regional data center. Okay, an ExtremeCloud DevOps team will manage everything, so the experience and the look and feel and everything will be just like they are using a public cloud, except it's their own data center. And soon, of course, in the future, there will be additional containers that will be available for the Cloud Edge solution, like our site engine, on-prem management solution, or Air Defense, our on-prem Wi-Fi, wireless IDS solution, as well as non-extreme applications for any marketplace application. So this is the This is what ExtremeCloud Edge is, in fact. And the last piece of the building block is the data, okay? And of course, we are saying that data is the new currency, but not all the data is created equal, right? So again, I have to re-emphasize some of the things that I already mentioned. Here we are talking about data duration, which is unlimited, the diversity, different sources of data that we are collecting, and the durability, of course, working in conjunction with the service providers to provide 11 nines of data durability in the cloud. These are all important parts, right? As well as how to access the data, okay? So we have the data, but from third-party systems, we have to access, we have to process, we have to read the data, or we have to write to that, right? So write to that system. Here, the API capabilities are really important. And with our recent additions to our API capabilities, currently around 80 to 90% of our of all the configuration items that you can see in the user interface are actually accessible through our APIs, and this will soon go close to the 100%. Okay, so this is one thing. Explainable AI is actually with CoPilot introduction. I'm going to quickly mention in the next slide. Is our machine learning and artificial intelligence solution to automate some of the tasks or to help the network operators to identify some of the anomalies in the wired and wireless network. That's the CoPilot is the name of our solution, and we are aiming for explainable AI, just to have the human element and the machine element working together to solve these anomalies. And of course, when we talk about data, another key part is the security of that data, right? So most of the cloud networking vendors, in fact, all of them except Extreme, they are dependent on the security of the cloud service provider. So cloud service providers are ISO certified, that's one thing, but your system, your software, your solution also needs to be ISO certified from an information security systems point of view. So we are the only vendors having those ISO 27001 certification, and we are adding more and more in terms of the data privacy. So talking about CoPilot, this is brand new. In fact, as you can see here, this is currently we have the public beta, soon to be released, globally available to our customers. Currently, we are running a couple of anomalies with self-automated assurance scans. And here, with this screenshot, basically, you are seeing that there is a Wi-Fi capacity anomaly automatically detected. Basically, the operator doesn't have to do anything about it. The data is collected, analyzed, and if there's something that's not normal to that data for that customer, then it will be notified as an anomaly. But it's not as easy as I just explained. There are multiple things that needs to be considered to have a proper, with a minimal false positive anomaly machine learning algorithm. That's why we are talking about here almost close to 100% false positive ratio. I mean 0% false positive ratio. Sorry. And here, for example, if you look at this example, Wi-Fi capacity anomaly, we are seeing that the system detected problems with the Wi-Fi capacity across one device. This is just an AP, and the issue is that AP is nearing its Wi-Fi capacity on this channel, and there are several recommended actions to check the airtime utilization, to enable crop suppression, etc., etc. And of course, this is just the beta. Soon there will be some more, of course, automated ways that you can quickly enable those capabilities within this view. Okay. So this is just an intro to CoPilot. And to sum up, how does Extreme deliver these superior experiences? Again, I would like to reemphasize the flexibility that we are offering with universal platforms, the simplified licensing, the service and support with our in-house Global Technical Assistance Center, and the advanced applications. So when we talk about advanced applications and when we talk about cloud, it's not just a simple wired wireless management and configuration tool, but we are also adding our own in-house applications that were previously on-prem, and we are containerizing them and putting them in the cloud, a lightweight version of them, such as air defense essentials, location, guest, and IoT essentials, and soon the compliance essentials is also coming. And each of these applications, they are purpose-built for specific use cases, such as wireless IDS, IPS, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth BLE locationing, guest provisioning, sponsored self-registration guest access with customizable splash pages, and securing the IoT devices. And all of these applications are actually available. Again, when I talk about simplified licensing, I'm also talking about this. All of these applications are included within the same license, what we call a pilot license. And here again, this is just the last slide, so I'm closing with this so that you have a better visualization about our architecture. Let's start from bottom to top with the underlying infrastructure and the hardware purpose-built for any platform, from data center to the campus to the access edge, all with a single control plane with our Fabric Connect solution. And from a management point of view, any vendor, any third-party vendor also can be managed from Site Engine. And from a network management point of view, we have different deployment models, as I mentioned, Cloud IQ, public and private, and Cloud Edge as the local cloud. And from a cloud service provider, we have the flexibility to choose any cloud vendor like Microsoft, Google Cloud, and Amazon AWS. And on top of that, we have the applications, access control, analytics, IoT security, location, and guest, all these essential applications. And of course, while we are building these blocks on top of each other, we shouldn't forget the security elements, where we can provide the hyper segmentation with our Fabric Story, full wireless security with our air defense, and securing the data itself with ISO certifications. So hope all the things that I explained make sense to you. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me anytime you want. Thank you.